Now at McDonald's, a McDouble is $2.50, so you can get your gym gains on. Or just get lunch for only $2.50. Get more value on the under $3 menu.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn, ads.com today.
Well Rooted is brought to you by Girard & Associates CPAs. With locations throughout Los Angeles, Girard & Associates has been guiding entrepreneurs and creatives towards realizing their dreams for over 20 years. Discover how they can support your vision at girardcpa.com. Hey, it's Haneen, and I'm back with another episode of Well Rooted. Today, I am joined by Marya Khalil-Otto. She is the co-founder and CEO of VIPeel, the new standard in chemical peels everywhere. She is such a boss. We talk about everything from growing her company to skincare and just self-betterment. I mean, this is a really great, valuable conversation. I can't wait for you guys to hear. So without further ado, please welcome Marya Khalil-Otto onto Well Rooted. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being here at Well Rooted. It's a pleasure.
It's an honor to be here.
You drove early morning all the way here for me, and I really hope the camera gets we were just talking about your staff. Like, both sides are just like impeccable. I'm gonna get a picture of them actually after for inspiration.
One of them actually fell out, so I'm really sad about that. I had like the big one in here.
Yeah. Okay, that's
and
what
it
I'm
was
afraid of.
Beautiful, but it migrated out of my ear, and one day just literally fell out.
No.
There was no blood or anything; it just fell out. It just migrated. Your body rejects it.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
It's like, okay, that's enough for this year.
Yeah. And I took a break because I'm okay, maybe my body says take a break.
Yeah.
And it is a lot healing from them because you can't sleep on that side. So.
Okay, so you have to do like one side at a time.
One side at a time.
Okay, that's great advice.
That's what I recommend.
Okay, so you're already like just giving out the advice that we need in this podcast.
Also because my husband gets the whining that I have if I'm piercing both sides. So he's like, he made the rule. You're only allowed to pierce one side at a time.
To give you limitations.
Yeah,
he's like, hold on.
Yeah.
This isn't helping.
Yeah, basically.
I love that. Well, thank you for being here. You are the CEO and founder of VIPeel.
So I'm actually co-founder.
Co-founder.
My father, Dr. Khalil, is really the brains behind the whole thing and the pioneer. And truly, he was a pioneer in the aesthetics industry. In a lot of ways, he created the aesthetics industry. This is like over 20 years ago when it wasn't what it is today.
Yeah.
And so he created the VIPeel originally for my skin because I had really bad acne growing up, and having ethnic skin, it's very hard to treat ethnic skin. It's not as simple as some of our Caucasian friends. We have to be a lot more careful. And so I do run the company now, but originally it was founded by my father, Dr. Khalil.
That's incredible. Talk to us about what the VIPeel is and what sets it apart from others in its, I would say, category.
Yeah. So what really sets it apart, I would say first and foremost, is that anyone that walks in the doors of a practice can have this peel done, most likely. Obviously, like with any aesthetic treatments, there's certain people that can't have it done, like pregnant, breastfeeding, autoimmune. Those are very basic contraindications, no matter what treatment you're doing. But the fact that anyone, any ethnicity, any race, any skin tone can walk in through your doors and you can treat them safely with the VIPeel is, I think, what makes it the most revolutionary chemical peel. And we've harnessed the power of multiple acids that were typically used separately at higher percentages into one formula. And so that's what makes it safe and effective. I think when it comes to treating hyperpigmentation, like melasma and sun damage, I think we're unmatched. I really do think that our results when it comes to those disorders is really hard to match what the VI peel can do safely and comfortably, because it's not painful. A lot of these aesthetic treatments are really painful, and it can be hard for someone to get through the appointment, let alone come back.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Have you ever had an experience like that?
I've had, okay, I did a peel. I actually have not done one since I was in my early 20s. I probably am, like, I need to. I know that for sure. But I remember it being so uncomfortable. I also struggled with acne in my teen years and, in my early adulthood. It was really painful. It felt like my face was burning off. And I just remember them having like a fan right next to me and it's still not helping. So the fact that you're saying it's so comfortable, why would no one like get this done? Like, I feel like everyone should be getting it.
Agreed. And often when we're doing it on someone, because they have so much expectations that it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
When we're done, they'll be like, so when are you going to do it? And we're like, we already finished. Like, it's so comfortable. It's not a burning sensation that you feel with some of these other chemical peels. And then also, of course, like lasers can be really painful. Microneedling, like there's a lot of treatments out there. They're really great treatments, but they can be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So having a treatment that you can really safely treat so many disorders and not have the pain aspect is why people return to get the peel done, I think. And so, I think that patient comfort is a huge driver of what treatment they have done.
Yeah.
They'll do the painful thing once, but sometimes they won't do it again.
No, I agree. 100%. When it's more comfortable. And how long is it? Like, how long is the entire treatment?
The actual appointment
Yeah.
is so quick. I mean, 15 to 30 minutes.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's a very quick, easy treatment. There's no numbing required where some of the other aesthetic treatments, you need a numb for 30 minutes, let's say, and then you have the treatment done. And so there's no numbing required. One of the ingredients in the peel is what helps make it more comfortable.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Yeah, one of the ingredients, phenol. It also has a lot of great skin benefits, that ingredient, but it happens to also help with the comfort of the treatment and really numbs the skin.
And how often are patients getting it done?
So if a patient has something that they're trying to treat, let's say like melasma, like acne scarring, which is really hard to treat.
It's so hard.
So
I
hard.
feel like I've struggled with that my entire adult life.
Me too. And it never ends. I always feel so bad. I have to tell everyone with acne, I'm so sorry. There's no cure.
Yeah.
There's nothing that anyone can give you or treat you with that's going to take your acne away forever. It just doesn't exist. So I'm a lifelong sufferer of acne, and I really feel, the pain that other people with acne have too. But acne scars are very hard to treat. So let's say you have something like that, like acne scars, melasma, sun damage. Maybe you don't wear sunscreen, you don't take care of your skin.
Right.
You're going to have to get a series of VI peels.
Okay.
One is you're going to see a huge improvement, but you're not going to see the full improvement, the full benefit. So you're going to want to do a series. And everyone wants that one thing. It just doesn't.
Like that one magic treatment and just one and done, and it doesn't exist, huh?
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as that. And the truth is your skin will continue to age. Your skin will continue to have acne. Your melasma will come back. Like, that's just our normal process of our skin. So even if you get these treatments done, you're going to have to maintain, And that's where sunscreen is really important. I'm from Miami, so I grew up in a culture where no one wore sunscreen. And now we're all suffering from it because your sun damage starts coming out later.
Yeah.
It comes
sneaks up on you.
It does. It sneaks up on you. It comes, decades later is when it starts showing. So if you're getting these treatments, you're investing in your skin. You have to protect your skin, protect your assets, and use good skincare at home. And of course, as we know, there's certain things like lifestyle choices that can affect your skin.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
believe in like living, under the radar and not doing anything fun or like not going outside.
Right.
I think we have to live our lives and we should enjoy them. But there are lifestyle choices that will improve or not improve your skin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially here in LA, I feel like we're always outside. You can't avoid the sun, really.
No.
Yeah.
And I think we really should enjoy our life. And some vitamin D is really good for you and necessary. I think there's a lot of people that are deficient now in vitamin D because
Oh,
be,
because they're just avoiding the sun so much. That makes sense.
yeah, we don't get enough sun.
Right.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's
Yeah.
good to get some sun, but it's not good to be out in the sun for long periods of time unprotected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just, I mean, a good rule of thumb. If you're out there
Yeah.
too long, just
But
be
the sun,
protected.
it's good for us. Like, I mean, I feel happier when I get a little like sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
when I'm working in the office and I don't really leave the office until I'm going home and I realize I didn't even go outside today. Like, I
Aw.
don't think that's good for humans,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. You need to take a little walk, like a little break.
I need to add that to my schedule.
Or do you like maybe habit stack to where like you have your phone calls during your walk so you can at least
Mm.
get that walk in?
How do you feel about being on phone calls in LA while you're walking? I just feel like I have to always be on alert.
You do have to be on alert. Okay, that's so funny you say that because I was literally having this thought this morning. I was walking my dog and I have my AirPods in, so obviously I'm not hearing anything else around me. And yeah, LA is very, every corner kind of takes you somewhere else, and there's just a lot going on outside all the time. So I was like, oh my God, like I actually wouldn't hear, like if someone was right behind me, I wouldn't hear it. Like
Yeah.
if like a car was zooming by, I probably wouldn't hear it because I think I was listening to an audiobook. I was listening to Mel Robbins earlier, but I wouldn't hear it. I have my AirPods in. I'm not paying attention. But yeah, you got to be careful with those walks here in LA.
Yeah. So I think for me, I want to be aware of my surroundings.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there's a lot out
Maybe not the
there.
phone call.
There's a lot out there. And I mean, my office is in Hollywood, I mean, one block could be fine, the next block could not be fine. You
No,
just
that's
never
exactly
know,
LA in a nutshell.
basically.
Wait, how
So,
has your transition to LA been? I'm really curious from Miami.
well, I moved here 15 years ago.
Okay.
So it's been
Okay.
a long time.
Yeah.
And when I first moved here, I was super depressed and super lonely. I was. It took me a long time to find my community. And I don't even know if I've really found my community fully, to be honest. But it took me a long time to feel like this was home. And it felt like a culture shock. And I always tell everyone that I moved to Santa Monica, which is beautiful,
Yeah.
but sleepy. And I was 20 in my, mid 20s, single, and moving from Miami Beach to Santa Monica it was so quiet. There wasn't as much to do as a 20-something-year-old. I really didn't like the beach here,
Oh, okay. It's
but
not,
coming
I
from
mean,
Miami Beach,
yeah, I'm sure it's warmer. It's a nicer beach.
yeah, so that
Yeah.
part just like broke my heart a little because I thought, oh, I'm going to be near the beach. But the beach here is nothing like Miami Beach. There's not a lot of beaches in the world like Miami Beach, truly, because it's warm water,
Hmm.
no waves. You just
Perfect.
park right at the sand and you're like at the beach. Like it's very easy to get
Yeah.
to, just more ease
Right.
to it. Here, it's more of a thing to go to the beach,
It is a thing. Like you need to start looking for parking like 15
right?
minutes before the function, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's hotels on the beach in Miami. It's just very different.
It's different.
You can
Yeah.
order drinks and food on the sand. And here we don't really have that. It's just a
No.
different experience. So I was really lonely for a while when I moved here. And I moved to help my father with this business. And so work was my main purpose to be here. And also being the daughter of the owner, it wasn't like I could really make friends at work necessarily like other people could because, there's a line I think that has to be drawn, whether it's not always a fun line that has to be drawn, but I think it has to be done. And so I wasn't necessarily I didn't have a big social life, I guess you could say. And I didn't have any family here. I didn't have any friends here. So I got lucky, and I did end up meeting some alumni from my college like early on, and that's how I started to make a couple friends, but it wasn't easy. But now I love it. And now it is home. But I have a husband and kids and dogs, like,
Right.
do you know
You're
what I mean?
settled in.
I'm settled in.
Yeah,
And now when I go back to Miami, sometimes I feel like a fish out of water,
absolutely.
you know?
Yeah.
The tables really turn.
Yeah, it's, I mean, we're very adaptable, right, as human beings, and that's great to know. But no, I agree with you. I feel like when I moved here as well from Texas, I mean, obviously from coming from Texas, it's going to be a culture shock. And I moved to Marina del Rey, which is very close to Santa Monica. It's just a different lifestyle than what I was accustomed to. I
Mhm.
was not used to people walking in the street. Like we just don't have that in Texas. And I was like,
It's true.
this is a lot. Everyone's out walking, riding bikes. It was hard to maneuver, like just like driving around. It wasn't as easy as it was
The
in
driving.
Texas.
The driving was terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I was like a very good driver. Like, let's be honest. Like my driving skills weren't that strong.
Yeah.
And then I remember I lived on the Wilshire corridor
Oh my God.
at one point before moving to Santa Monica, and I was just like so overwhelmed by the
I mean,
driving.
that's a lot. That's like just you're just go 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 the minute you're out of your building. Yeah. Like there's no
And
time to pause.
oh, I had a little TomTom. I still remember that, like the little navigation system
Oh,
on my
that you would,
dashboard,
okay, that you would put on your heart.
trying to figure out where I'm going and not hitting anyone. Oh, I was not.
It's a transition.
Yeah.
And to your point, it does take a while to find your people in LA. It's just a huge city.
It can be isolating.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
why I always tell people when they move somewhere and they're having a hard time, I think that's kind of normal. It's kind of part of the process. It takes a
Yeah.
couple years.
I agree.
I don't think, maybe some people have a different experience, but my experience was that it took a couple years for me to really feel settled and feel happy here,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. I missed home a lot when I moved here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, like you said, you came by yourself, no family,
Mm-hmm.
and you have this huge responsibility of sort of taking over the side of the business. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, exactly. I came over to do the day to day because my dad, Dr. Khalil, he was an aesthetic practitioner. So he had 5 offices around the world.
Oh,
So, and that's what he loved doing. He loved practicing. He loved his patients. That was his heart and soul. So he spent his time on the road, basically. He was every 2 weeks going to one of his offices. So he spent a lot of time in the Middle East because 2 of his offices were in the Middle East, one in Beirut, one in Dubai. And so that's what he was doing. So while he was the innovator of the company and really, I mean, he created the product, and he was the visionary, he wasn't necessarily a part of the day to day.
okay.
And
I
you
mean,
find that a lot
of course.
with visionaries. They don't want to do the day to day.
Yeah.
They're not into the details and things like that. So, and I am really into the details. Like I'm very type A.
I get that vibe from you. Like, but like in the best way. Like
Yeah.
you seem to like be really like a focused individual, and I think that's really admirable.
Yeah.
So, what other traits of yours do you feel really contributed to you being successful in this position?
First, I feel so lucky to be a female business owner. I really do. I feel so lucky to be a female CEO. And I think that is what makes me a good CEO too, is my womanhood, my empathy. I really care about my employees. I care about my customers to a level where that I put that before the money. I think that's more important. I want to create an environment where people are excited to go to work and that they can have a happy life. They have a good work-life balance. I think, we spend so much time at work. It's wild
Yeah.
the way our culture is built. That's how it's built. We're at work most of the time. So I really want to make that an experience that people look forward to. And I think that's probably part of the quality. I have 2 immigrant parents, so I definitely think that directs a lot of my thought process, where I come in with compassion and kindness and understanding, and I think empathy can sometimes, it could be a double-edged sword too, because sometimes I do have to create boundaries because I'm such an empath.
It can get overwhelming if you're taking on everyone else's emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it's a
just
lot.
learned about creating boundaries. This is like a new thing for me.
We're constantly learning.
Constantly.
And we're constantly learning how to set boundaries. It's so hard, especially as a woman.
It really is. But it has been life-changing too, to know it's okay to say no. It's okay to set boundaries. You can't help everyone. You can't do it all. You can do your part, you know? It has been life altering for me to realize and understand that. But what other qualities make me a good leader?
Yeah. I feel like you just give off leadership
I don't have a lot of
vibes.
ego.
Okay.
I
I don't get that from you.
I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of leaders that have a lot of ego. If people don't want to work for people that have a lot of ego, I don't walk into a room thinking I'm the smartest. You just said we're always learning. That I think is extremely important. Be always learning and being really curious, which is one of our company values. But I have seen leaders that think they know it all. Oh my gosh, they think they know it all. They don't want feedback. Feedback is so painful for them.
That's so mind-boggling because it's almost as if they think knowing it all legitimizes their position in some way, and it just makes it more cringy, right? Like, because people pick up on that.
It makes people not trust you.
Yeah.
We're all human. I think showing the vulnerability can build a lot of bridges.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yes.
And so for me, I'm always learning, and I'm not scared to even ask my own team their advice, run things by them, ask them how they would solve something versus giving all the answers or all the solutions, because we're not always the best suited to answer all their questions or find all the solutions.
Right.
And I think that part makes people feel really valued.
Yeah.
And makes them feel important. And there's nothing better than making people feel valued and seen.
Absolutely. Yeah, everyone needs to feel that way. And if that's the vibe that your team gets from you, that is, I think, irreplaceable. Like, as a leader, that's really, really great.
Yeah, and you'll have to ask them if they agree.
Yeah.
But I think they will agree. I think maybe it has to do with my 2 immigrant parents, working hard to get where I am, knowing how lucky I am, like, to have the privilege I have. You know, I think all of those things are what dictate my behavior and how I act as a leader.
Absolutely. You're also really great with social media. I've noticed, like, you share a lot about the product, about your, the team, and you share a lot. You're very supportive of like others that are, implementing the product. I just feel like it's like we all have to win together. And can you kind of talk to us about how how you manage your social media and how you've used it to sort of grow the brand awareness for VIPL? Because I think you do a really great job of sharing about the brand while also sort of balancing sharing about yourself. How do you balance that? How have you kind of, because for me, honestly, social media is like, I think has been the biggest learning curve, even with starting this podcast. It is kind of a lot to like wrap your brain around. So how do you kind of choose how you manage that? And then while you're also managing everything else with VIPL.
And I have to be honest, sometimes social media isn't fun for me. Sometimes it does feel like work, or it gets very negative online. And I do find myself needing to take breaks and things like that, because I think social media can be a happy, healthy place, and it can also be a place that makes me feel less than, to be honest. So first, I make sure that I'm following people that make me feel good about myself. That I know that sounds maybe simple, but I don't like to follow people that have these lifestyles that are not realistic, or so I do believe in unfollowing things that don't make you feel good about yourself or are impacting your mental health negatively. Because you have to make it a place that's going to help you thrive and grow and not make you feel like you aren't doing enough. And so for me, I always just try and share things that I think will be valuable, things that maybe, especially women, I think my community is mostly women. Um, and I love to lift up other women who are doing all these amazing things out there, especially in our industry, in the aesthetics industry, which I love so much because it gives women independence. So many women business owners in aesthetics, so many moms, single moms, not single moms, whatever it is, that have this new career that maybe they can have more flexibility. And I think that makes aesthetics such a beautiful industry. I truly do. So I love to share other women that are doing incredible things in the industry that can inspire other women. And I always also say, anytime I post anything, like, copy me, take my same idea and like reuse it, rehash it. There is no shame in that. I love seeing,
that.
yeah, I love seeing everyone else's work and everyone else's creativity. But I do think I have gotten to a place where I think too much sometimes about what I'm going to post, because sometimes, like I said, it's not that fun anymore on Instagram. I really have found it to be kind of critical lately. And so I will use stories a lot, but I don't necessarily post a lot on the static post as much, because I feel this, I have a lot of imposter syndrome, and then I feel this need to be perfect all the time, and that like all my posts need to be exactly what everyone wants to see. And then if they don't perform, oh, my heart breaks.
Yeah, after all that editing and
Shit.
thought that you put into the post, it's like the worst feeling sometimes.
So you have to be very cognizant when you're using social media, and just remember, it's not everything. It's not the real world. It's okay if your post doesn't do well. And if it really doesn't do that well and it's been up for a few weeks, then just take it down. Like if you feel like
If
it's
it's
not,
bothering you,
if it's bothering you, just take it down. It's not a big deal. But I try and show real life
yeah,
and all my imperfections, and how hard it really is to be a mom, to be a business owner, to be a CEO, to be a wife, to be a sister.
you wear many hats.
Oh,
I mean, I think every woman wears many hats, but to be a CEO and to put that on your shoulders, in addition to everything else that you do, is really, like, it's crazy, but it's great. And I find it fascinating. I just think, I mean, women are fascinating. Like, we can do so much. We're capable of so much. How do
but we
you,
don't believe in
but
ourselves
we
like
don't
men
believe it.
do.
Like, no, yeah.
Sorry. I hate generalizing,
No, but you're right.
but I didn't believe in myself at all. I had no self-confidence. I didn't like being in my own skin. So I didn't want to ever own a business or be a CEO. I didn't want that because I
Okay.
didn't feel confident in myself. And so and I know other women feel that way. I know we have so much negativity in our head, and we talk so meanly to ourselves sometimes. And
Yeah.
so even me getting here, this is a miracle. I didn't grow up thinking I want to be a CEO one day. That wasn't my mindset.
How did you become a CEO then?
Well, unfortunately, I became a CEO in not the best of circumstances. because I lost my dad. And I always tear up whenever I talk about it. Sorry, I just cursed. Is that bad?
That's absolutely fine.
Okay. But I lost my dad really suddenly, and nothing prepares you for that. There was no plan. There was no even thought that would ever happen. There was, I felt like I had such a good life. Like I had it all. I really just felt so lucky to have like this comfortable, beautiful life here. And then, your dad gets ripped away from you and everything kind of like comes crashing down and life becomes really scary because I really depended on my dad for so much. And not even the financial aspect, like forget that part, but everything. I asked him for advice. I asked him what to do, how to do, when to do. He was our best friend, me and my two sisters. Like he was our best friend. We were really close to our dad, and he was an amazing dad. So we feel lucky that we had him as long as we did, but it was life altering. And I think that also dictates a lot of my behavior and how I operate, because I know that life can change in the blink of an eye. And I know that everyone could be silently suffering with something that we don't know. And so we really do need to treat everyone with kindness and compassion and understanding. And I learned that lesson a lot through losing my dad. I learned a lot of lessons through losing my dad, and it's definitely made me the woman I am today. So, the thing everyone always says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or there's other things they say. And you kind of roll your eyes like, sure, but I really don't want to be going through this.
Exactly.
Like, I hear you, but this sucks still. I still don't want to. And that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I felt really mad, angry at the world, angry at God, angry at my dad, because I felt like he left me. And it took me a long time to get to where I am. And to also, I ignored the grief. I just like tucked it away and was like, I'm good.
Suppressed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Suppressed it really hard. And I think culturally, both my cultures like suppress things. And so I focused on work, and that became my outlet, and that became my distraction. But eventually the distraction wasn't working anymore. And I realized, oh crap, I'm really sad. I'm actually like really still sad about this. And like, I have so much grief that I haven't dealt with, and it hasn't disappeared. And that was about 5 years ago. That was, you know what it was? COVID. COVID.
Yeah.
That's when I started going to therapy.
That's when a lot of people started going to therapy. We're just sitting with our thoughts. Nowhere to go. You can't even hide from your thoughts at that point.
Exactly. So that's what happened. That's when it really bubbled up, and I realized, oh, I really am so sad about what happened, and I haven't dealt with the trauma of it, because it's traumatic.
It's very traumatic. I read somewhere once that losing a parent alters your brain chemistry. Like you're just never the same.
I am an example of that, because I don't know the science behind it, and I haven't looked at my brain, but it's changed.
Yeah.
And if you don't deal with the grief and the sadness, you act out of fear. And you
definitely don't want to live out of fear.
No, and I did. I lived out of fear for a long time, for years, and it just wasn't a good place, because your mental health is not, it's not a good place. And resentment. You carry around a lot of resentment.
Yeah.
Like, why me? Why did this happen to our family? We didn't deserve this. So that part, you can't ignore it. So I always tell everyone, try and do therapy right away. Just talking to someone can be so helpful. Sometimes people just don't think it works, but I do.
Yeah.
I really do think it works.
No, it sounds like it worked. If it sounds like you were able to reach a place where you're just more comfortable in your skin.
I think the other thing that worked, and I talk about this on social media, back to me being very real on social media and showing all the parts of me, the negative parts, the scary parts, the unhappy parts. I also stopped drinking 2 years ago. And that that completely changed my whole life. I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't even understand how it worked.
Can you give me an example of how it has positively affected you?
So I think what was going on with me was that I had all this resentment and all this grief and all this unhappiness.
Mhm.
And then I became a mom, which that definitely changes your brain
Yeah,
chemistry. And it's so stressful and
it's so
so
stressful.
scary. I don't,
That's also traumatic. Like having a baby is a traumatic experience for a woman.
yeah. So I think that layered on top of becoming a mom, being scared, being stressed, being tired. I mean, mom wine culture sucked me right in.
Mhm.
And when you drink wine, when you drink whatever you're drinking, you do feel better on the front end. You think you're numbing the pain. You're
Right.
like, oh, everything's better again. But then when you come back, I think it's 100 times worse. The anxiety. I didn't realize this. It took me a couple of years to understand the dynamics of it and the psychology behind it. But I thought, oh, well, first of all, I would look forward to that glass of wine. Like,
I was about to say it's something to look forward to.
I can't relax until I have that glass of wine.
Right.
Like, until the kids are in bed and I can have my life back for a
Right.
second. This is what's going to make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a few years of like that, really, that funnel that got me nowhere and oh my God, and knocked my anxiety to a level that was 100 times worse. And this is my experience. Like, I don't judge anyone who drinks because not everyone has the same brain as me.
Right.
I have a brain that I already had a lot of anxiety and I already had depression.
I would say depression and anxiety is at an all-time high right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like this conversation is very relatable.
Yeah. And the relationship between the two, I also didn't understand.
Mm.
I didn't understand that they were like so intertwined, my anxiety and my depression. And once I learned how to manage them in a healthy way, that's what changed my life. It really did. Because now I still get anxiety, I still get depression, moments of it, of course. Like
Mm-hmm.
it bubbles up all the time.
You can feel it coming. It's like a wave. Yeah.
Yeah. And I still get it, but now I can manage it in ways that are good for me and that won't end up making it worse.
Yeah.
So that has been really life-changing and it's made me a better mom. And I already have so many things on my plate like we talked about. I don't have to worry about not feeling well or 100%, you know? Cuz for me also even if it was one glass of wine the next day I just didn't feel that
Mm-hmm.
great. Um and so I would sometimes even have to go to work or go to the office and kind of not want to be there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't really do a good job that way. I couldn't really be my best self that way. I couldn't be the best leader. I couldn't be the best CEO, not feeling 100% happy in my skin and being able to be the leader that everyone needed. And so now I know I have a clear mind. I know that I feel good in my skin. I know that my problems, some of them are not in my control. They're not in my control. They're in God's control. Like I can't really things are going to happen and I can't, like that mindset all shifted because I stopped drinking. I
Wow.
know it doesn't make any sense to anyone because they're like you stopped drinking and
But it does affect your mind. It does affect your brain. Like it affects literally it's a toxin, so it affects everything in your body. But you were very self-aware to understand that this feeling I have the next day is affecting how I navigate the rest of the day and it doesn't feel good.
yeah. Yeah. And I had a therapist for a couple years and And I was still drinking when I had this therapist, and I was just like, I was struggling. I just was like, not my life was like, and it was COVID and kids, and
Yeah.
it was like, I wasn't in a good place. I was just really struggling, and I just felt like every week things weren't getting better. Like they were getting worse. And so I finally decided, but I had this beautiful therapist that like never judged me and never said, I think you should stop drinking or anything like that.
Oh, that's great.
But then one day when I decided on my own, I said, I'm going to stop drinking. The therapist shared with me that he was also sober.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, it was this moment of, I mean, I was like hysterical because I just knew this whole time this beautiful human was sitting across from me and never judging me, never telling me what to do,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just there for me, supporting me.
That's
And then,
a great therapist. Like he was waiting for you to get there on your own.
because that's the thing, you got to get there on your own.
Yeah.
Whatever it is in life, like you got to get there on your own. You got to decide. Someone else telling you what you should be or what you should do, it doesn't work.
Especially as an adult, no one wants to be told what to do.
It doesn't work. It actually has the
Yeah.
opposite effect.
Exactly.
It totally has the opposite effect.
No,
So
I mean, congratulations. 2 years is a big accomplishment.
I never thought I could stop drinking. Yeah, it was just such a part of my life, like having a glass of wine, all,
Yeah.
mom wine culture, all that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't even know how I did it. It's a big change.
But you did it and you continue to do it. And that's the most important part.
And that's the thing, that's the other part that you get so much out of doing things that are hard.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, again, doing that thing that's hard and like actually getting through it and surviving it and thriving in it, that does so much for your mental health too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has so much positive effect on it.
Do you feel like going through, like now that you look back, like going through the death of your father and sort of battling those demons during COVID, which a lot of people will relate to absolutely. Do you feel like sort of tackling each one of those traumas in some way has made you more confident? Because you give
Yes.
off confidence like 110% now, but yet you mentioned that you struggled with confidence and you've struggled with just loving yourself and really feeling comfortable in who you are.
Yeah, it has. It's given me so much acceptance. And it's a hard thing to explain fully. I have done therapy. I'm not in therapy now, but I was in therapy for years. Because I also think therapy is the kind of thing like you should get out of it what you need. And then when you feel good enough, you should be able to stop safely.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think we need to sit in our trauma forever.
that's a great point.
I think there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of
But
that.
that's like a whole nother
That's-
podcast maybe of like,
We'll have to have you back.
yeah, of like staying in the cycle.
Yeah.
So that helped me feel more comfortable in my own skin, and just knowing that I am me every day full-heartedly, that I have a clear mind, that I am unique in my own way, and that has made me feel better in being in my own skin. But it is kind of hard to explain it. I mean, I think age,
Yeah.
becoming a mom, is something that makes you so proud of what you get to do every day, and like having these little humans that love you so much and bring you so much joy and remind you of what's really important in life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that's helped too.
I feel like now lately I've been getting this thought where I sometimes will sort of think to myself, like, what are my kids gonna say about me, like when they're older, or what are they gonna, how will they describe me, like when they're older, right? Do you ever
Yeah.
feel like that? Do you ever get those thoughts?
Yeah, we just made a social media video for the VIPL page, and it's gonna land on Mother's Day. But we had all of our kids say, "My mom is," and like finish the sentence to see what they would say
Yeah.
about us. And it came out really, like, it's so heartwarming. And it's so heartwarming to see what the older kids say about their moms, the teenagers and the 20-something-year-olds that are
Yeah.
in this video too. And hearing them say those words about their mom was so moving and emotional for me. And just, you don't realize the impact you have on your kids.
You don't, because sometimes you're just trying to survive the day, especially when you have multiple kids. You're just on fight or flight on most days, and you don't really stop to think about this bond or this legacy that you're leaving behind through your kids.
Mm-hmm. I've also just shifted my whole mindset, and I look at everything I have to do for my kids as a privilege. Like, even if it's an annoying thing, like, I get to do this. I'm so lucky. I have two beautiful, healthy kids that I get to take care of. And I have to really bring myself down to earth and remember, like, how lucky I am.
Absolutely.
Even in those moments of.
Yeah. I think just with everything going on in the world also, it just gives us so much more clarity here as mothers,
Mm-hmm.
as fathers as well. But just, we are very blessed. We are so lucky to, go wipe our kids after they potty. Like, just
Yes.
having them
Yes.
like, Mom, like, come wipe me. Like, it's so mundane and so silly to say, but it really is a privilege, as you said. And that's a really great mindset shift to have as a mom.
I always say, like, I get to do this. And I'm sure you've heard other people say that before. Instead of when your mind is like, oh, I have to do this. I get to do this.
Yeah.
I get to do this. And it's not always things I want to do. I think there's like this misconception of people's lives that maybe my life, where I'm a CEO, I'm a business owner, like on social media, maybe my life looks like pretty good and comfy. But there's a lot of things I have to do I don't want to do. Like, I don't only get to do things I want to do. I have to do things I don't want to do all the time. And work it's been really hard lately for me. Sometimes I look at other people on my team and I'm like, I wish I could be in your role. Like, I have so much stress and anxiety on my plate. I have so many things I have to deal with that are really hard things, not just like daily little things.
Yeah. You have to make such big decisions, I'm sure, as well. That's a lot.
Yeah. And like the financial aspect of it, where not everyone has to deal with those decisions. It's not always easy. And it can be really difficult. But again, I do try and remind myself, I get to do this. This is hard right now. I'm going to get through this though. And I'm so lucky that I get to have a company. I'm so lucky that I can be safe, and that I can have two healthy kids. So that does help me a lot. Even just saying those words. I know.
Yeah. No, even hearing it is really like affirming. Like, it's really important to hear that. And I'm glad you're saying that out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does make a huge difference.
So I'm very curious, with all the hats you wear, what does a typical day in your life look like? Like, how are you juggling all of these roles that you play?
I wake up at 5 a.m.
Oh, okay. See that right there? Okay. That's a story.
Yeah.
Every day.
I wake up at 5 a.m. I was not naturally a morning person, but once I had kids, and you don't have a lot of alone time.
You don't.
You don't have a lot of independence.
No.
So 5 a.m. is my alone time, is my time, and I work out.
Okay.
Exercise has been life-changing. I didn't start exercising until my wedding. So it's not like I was like an athlete or anything like that. I didn't grow up an athlete. I didn't step foot into a gym until I was getting married, which a lot of women kind of experience that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're getting ready for your wedding. So that's when I started exercising. But starting my day with exercise also shifts my mindset, because I have a clear head. I feel so much stronger. I feel so accomplished. That gives me confidence. Like, I did the thing. I did the hard thing, and that's how I'm starting my day. I already feel good about myself. I feel good that I started this way. I'm proud of myself. Like, those things really do help your mental health. So that's the time I get to be on my own, and I get to help my mind, body, and spirit. And it's not straight up meditation, but it has meditative properties. It does. Working out. And I do workouts I like to do. I'm not doing any like crazy
Yeah,
like
yeah.
CrossFit. No
Oh.
offense to CrossFit, but like
No, that's intense.
I'm doing
That's
stuff I
crazy.
like. I'm not torturing myself.
Yeah.
So
And the more you do it, the more you start to like it also, which is,
yeah,
like that's really important to remember as well. You just have to start.
yeah, it's true. And I do think you need to find what you like.
Exactly.
Like, don't just because someone else is or everyone's doing this, but you don't like it. You don't have to do it because
Mm-hmm.
that's what everyone else is doing.
Right.
Find your workout. And even if it's just dancing for an hour, I mean, I swear that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's actually and that's what my psychiatrist told me is that movement is medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean, again, like extra, it doesn't mean CrossFit. It could mean whatever, walks, we talked about it,
Walking.
like whatever it is, it really does
Yeah.
help. So I start at 5 so that I can exercise because after work, I know myself. I am not working out.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm too tired. I'm not going to get out of my clothes. And
I can imagine. You probably just want to
yeah,
unwind and spend time with your family.
exactly. And I am lucky. I have a gym in my house.
Perfect.
That was the best decision I ever made. Before I had a gym in my house, I just worked out in one of my kids' rooms. All you need is a TV.
Mm-hmm.
Some things you don't even need any equipment. You just use your body weight.
Right.
There's one workout I do called the class, and I highly recommend that to anyone. No equipment. A lot of it's just like dancing. It's so good for your mind and your spirit. And it's not this challenging, impossible workout.
Is that an app or?
It's an app on my Apple TV.
Okay.
Yeah, or you could get it on your phone, anything.
Okay, cool.
But it's a good place to start. And you don't need a gym. You just need a room.
Mm-hmm.
You just need space.
Yeah.
So don't make all these reasons why you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to a gym is hard for me.
It is hard, especially when, you have a full schedule. You're just trying to fit it into your routine.
So that has been life-changing. During COVID, I started working out at home. I never stopped. So I've been working out at home for 5 years.
Amazing.
And it works for me.
Yeah.
And that way I can work out, get showered, get ready before the kids are even awake. They're not even awake yet.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I wake them up around like 6:30 because we need to leave the house by 7:30 to get to school. And that gives us an hour. So it's not like we're rushed.
Yeah. No, that's plenty of time.
And I know sometimes when people hear that I wake my kids up at 6:30, they're like, that's so early. I'm like, I mean, they go to bed early and it makes our mornings much nicer.
Mm,
It's so much nicer when you're not in a freaking
Yeah.
rush.
yeah. And you're stressing yourself out. You're stressing your kids out. You don't want that.
My kids are often the first kids in their class. They love it. They're
Yeah.
like, we were first in class. Like, I don't want to start my day frazzled.
Right.
I don't want to start my day that way.
Yeah.
So we wake up early. They don't even know what time it is. I don't think they know. So we wake up at 6:30 and we leave by 7:30. We're having a very nice, calm morning, believe it or not. We really do, because we have an hour.
Yeah.
And now that my son dresses himself, oof, game changer.
That's so helpful.
So nice. My daughter still doesn't do it. She's 6, but
She'll get there.
yeah. And I still have to do her hair, of course. And she still criticizes me when I leave a bump in the pony.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, girl, I am not a professional hairdresser.
You're like, this is good. It'll do. Let's go.
Yeah. She's like, I don't like it.
Oh.
Serene. So
Oh, is her name Serene? I love that name.
her name is Serene.
That's a pretty name.
Thank you. So after they get dropped off, I head to the office and I'm basically in meetings like every hour on the hour.
You have a meeting every hour on the hour.
It's really bad, I know.
Wow. Every day? Is like every day like that, or do you have like a designated day or two that are just meetings?
Fridays are days that are not as many meetings,
Okay.
but every other day is a lot of meetings.
Because I mean, again, you are the CEO of this entire business, this entire company.
Yeah, and we have like 100 people on our team now,
Wow.
and where we have employees in a lot of states, which has been a new thing for us because we didn't have a fully employed sales team before. We use a lot of contractors, and now we're using fully employed, which has also been a huge change and amazing. Like, I feel so lucky to have this incredible team across the country representing our brand. It's like pinch me moments thinking about that.
No, that's incredible.
I know.
Congratulations.
It's like, I don't even know. I feel so lucky that I get to do all these things every day. It's so wild to have these amazing people believing in my brand, believing in me, being so supportive. Yeah, it's really special. But so yeah, I'm in meetings a lot, calls, meetings. It's not always meetings with our own team, although I am in a lot of those as well, but it could be with vendors. Like I'm pretty involved in a lot of things still, especially if it comes to finance, manufacturing, product development, marketing, basically everything.
Yeah. I'm basically running the show.
I'm very hands-on, but I'm not controlling. I try not to be controlling or micromanagement because if you're babysitting, you're losing.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to watch someone's every move and you're asking them like what they're doing every hour.
Well, I mean, great leadership is also hiring the right people, right? So that you don't have to micromanage. So that's also a skill set that you obviously have.
I wasn't always like that. I'm not going to lie.
No, were you more like controlling in some ways, or do you feel like
Well, like COVID, back to COVID changing everything.
changed literally everything?
The concept of everyone working from home, I did not like that. I am a millennial, but I'm very old school.
Mm-hmm.
And so that part was, I didn't have trust. So I've changed a lot.
And now you're more flexible.
I'm more flexible. I will say we're hybrid.
Okay.
And most people come in 3 to 4 times a day if they're in LA, 3 to 4 times a week. But it's part of our culture.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like a very collaborative team. And we have this beautiful new space. So, I think it's a place people want to come. And we have a lot of events. So we did need like a physical footprint. But I have changed a lot. I will say that. Like I used to be more of a micromanager and I didn't have a lot of trust. And so it's taken me a while to get here. But you can change, believe it or not. I used to think people can't change, but I do believe you can change.
But how did you change? Was it because you just needed to in order to sort of move the company forward?
Yeah.
And you just understood that?
Yeah, you do. You need to change. If you want to be the leader that your team needs for tomorrow, you can't stick to the behavior that got you where you are today. You need to adapt and you need to change. And you need to let people do their job. Like like I said, I don't want to micromanage. I don't want to ask the little details and the minutia of every day. I need to trust in their managers. And you can't meddle.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of meddlers.
I mean, when it is, it's sort of, it's like your father's legacy as well. So I understand, like
the attachment.
The attachment, exactly. It must be a lot. Like you must feel like you are carrying this legacy on your shoulders.
Yeah, I don't always know if it's healthy, but I don't know where me and the company end and begin sometimes. Like we're so into
You are the company.
And it's not always good because that could be hard later if I need to separate my identity from the company for sure. But we're very intertwined. And I mean, I love what I do and I really believe in it. And I understand the impact it has on people. And so I'm very passionate about it. And it's fun. I mean, I'm so lucky. I get to work in aesthetics and skincare.
No, it's the coolest thing, honestly.
I know. I feel so freaking lucky.
Especially here in LA, like, and even in Miami, like just to be able to do it in LA, I think is amazing.
My family business could have been like tires.
No, literally.
Like,
yeah.
it could have been something else. So I do not take that for granted. That's the other thing. Like, I do not take it for granted. I realize it's pretty lucky that I get to do what I do and that this is the kind of business I get to go into because I feel really passionate about it. But how I changed, and I think that's, you have to coach yourself.
Yeah.
Like listen to podcasts. You're saying you're listening to Mel Robbins, like reading the books, doing the work.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You do have to invest that energy and time into yourself.
That's how I got to where I am. And when I have that little voice in my head that wants to do the thing that's like negative or that I know isn't going to be good for anyone.
Yeah, because I
Be
mean, you even
quiet.
mentioned earlier imposter syndrome. Do you still get imposter syndrome?
Oh my God, yes. Because I don't think I'm smart. I know. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I should be CEO. Like, I am not the smartest person for this job. I am not eloquent. I have so much negative talk in my head.
You are so eloquent.
I
Like
have so much negative
I've
talk.
just been listening to you in awe of this whole time.
Yeah,
But I think
I
that's
have.
common. And
Yeah.
I think that's really helpful to hear someone successful like you say that out loud because sometimes I'm like, does anyone really know what they're doing? You know, like I've just, does anyone really know what they're doing? I don't
And once
think
you
we do.
realize that
No
they
one
don't,
does. It makes me feel a little bit better. And then
yeah.
also, like to your point earlier, you mentioned you made a really good point. You said that you don't follow people on social media that don't make you feel good about yourself. And I think a lot of people need to be doing that because usually if something is very unrealistic, it's not even real. Like it's really not real and I don't think a lot of people realize how fake a lot of that stuff is. So I mean, yeah, I think it's sort of created this culture of like we feel like we have to sort of compete with that or level up in some way, which it's always good to evolve and level up, but not to the extent where you have like this self-doubt all the time because you're comparing yourself to something that's unrealistic and not even real to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's called compare and despair.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, and it clouds your mind, and you will literally feel your mood go down. Like you will feel
Mm.
everything just drop when you get those thoughts. And I have to remind myself that that's their path. This is my path. My path is different.
Mm.
No one's path is the same, and I'm grateful for my path. And yeah, I unfollow people all the time.
Yeah, I started doing that too. It's so helpful.
Mostly influencers. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
unfollowed them.
yeah.
How many Hermes bags do you have?
No, literally.
I
It's so overindulgent. It's just too much.
It doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah.
And I think people need to realize, I guess it's self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
If something doesn't make you feel good, I don't think you should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that sounds like, yeah, that's obvious, but it's not really that obvious.
Yeah, but people will still do the thing that doesn't make them feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I caught myself a few times and I realized, okay, this isn't good for me.
Yeah. No, that's great that you were able to catch it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I want to go back to what we were saying earlier, like back to your routine. So, what time are you usually home? Because I just as a mom, I really want to get a grasp on how you're able to manage because you're very active in your kid's life. It's not like you're like, it doesn't seem like you're missing out on too much, but I could be wrong. So, I really want to know how that comes into play.
I have an amazing nanny.
Okay.
I do. And my nanny has been with us since the beginning, since my kids were born.
Okay.
She's part of our family. I don't know what I would do without her. My kids love her so much, and she loves my kids so much. So my kids just have even more love. Like
Yeah.
another human being that just like
Exactly.
loves them so much. So I never have any sort of resentment towards my nanny. I'm not worried that they love my nanny more than me. That stuff is all BS. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry. Your kids are going to love you more.
Yeah, of
Be
course.
present. Like the weekends, my kids are everything. I don't do anything, which is probably not good either, but I don't do anything else. My weekends are all my kids. Like kids' birthday parties, kids' activities, kids, whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
It's all kids. I don't do anything else on the weekends really. Trips with the kids. Like I really spend that's the part that's really important is quality time and being present. Also, so my nanny does pick up my kids from school, depending on what activity they have. And then I'll be home by 5:36
Okay.
from work.
I mean, that's
and
great.
I'll see them
Yeah.
when I come home. But, oh my God, now I'm just blanking. Oh, the other thing I do
Yeah.
once a month, I miss work on a Friday and I go volunteer at their school
Oh, I love that.
once a month. Does it suck? Yes, because it's hard sometimes that I have to like clear my calendar and say, I'm going to be gone. I think it's 4 hours. It's like 4-ish hours that you go and serve pizza lunch at school.
Oh, wow.
So once a month I do that.
Once a month, the CEO is going to serve pizza at her kid's school.
You got to make time.
Yeah.
You got to like do it diligently. Like say, I'm going to take 1 day a month and go volunteer.
I love that.
Yeah.
And
So
your
I do
kids
that.
are going to remember that forever, that their mom would come to school and serve pizza.
Yeah. So I think that's important. Even my husband, he's pretty active with the kids too. He started doing activities with Jude. He picks them up like a couple times a week to make sure that they spend quality time one-on-one together. I think it's just important spending quality one-on-one time
Absolutely.
and quality time with your children.
Yes, 100%.
But it's not always easy balancing everything.
No, it's not, but it seems like you're very intentional with your time, and that's what's important.
I am. And I say no to stuff. If people ask me to do things on the weekend or the week or during the week, I'm like, no.
It takes a lot of discipline.
My biggest pet peeve is when you say yes and then you don't come. Just say no.
Just say no.
Just say no.
It's okay. We're all adults.
I'd rather you just say no. Don't say
Yeah.
yes and then it rolls around and then you cancel. Just say no in the front end. Stop feeling bad about saying no. Say no. I say no. Do I say no all the time? No. But when I say yes, I'm coming.
Right.
I am not the kind of girl that doesn't come when I say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I definitely get that from you.
Yeah. So I don't like going back on my word. I don't like
You're
that.
very disciplined. And
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier you're type A and you have a very strong work ethic. You've mentioned that a lot of that comes from having two immigrant parents. Can you talk a little bit about your parents and your background? I find it like, first of all, you have like a dual
Yeah.
ethnic background too. I think that's really interesting to talk about.
Yeah. So my dad was Lebanese, 100%. And my mom is 100% Cuban. And I think about this all the time because even in today's world, although today's world, it would probably be much easier for this match to happen. This is, over 30, 40 years ago. They met in New York.
Wow.
Outside a restaurant or inside a restaurant, a burger restaurant. This is the story I was told. That's how they met. And they got married and had 3 kids. I like part of me doesn't understand it. They had to overcome a lot, I think, to get married. I know for a fact that my dad's family wasn't like thrilled about it. Obviously his family wanted him to marry a Muslim Lebanese woman, most likely. And I know because he told me stories of like other women that he was maybe supposed to marry. And really, I think what happened, and I don't know because my dad's not here, so I can't have the conversation. But I think my dad moved here, for medical school. So he was already in his 20s when he immigrated here. He didn't grow up here or anything. And my dad lost his dad when he was in college. And maybe that changed something in him where he said, I'm going to marry
The person I want to marry. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I can't really explain it because I think about it all the time and I'm like, wow, that's unusual.
Yeah.
To make that decision.
And to be so adamant about it. Like he just knew that was the one.
Yeah. And, their marriage didn't last, but I still think they had a lot of love for each other and they
Absolutely
had a lot of respect for each other. And it's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool to hear like a Cuban woman and a Lebanese man who have, very different cultures, religions, had 3 kids.
No, it's very cool. And especially like back in that time. And as you said, outside of a burger joint in New York is insane. Like, I mean, we can only dream of those sorts of connections these days. It seems like everyone's just trying to meet online, but like what a cute story.
Right?
Yeah.
And just, I have so much respect and admiration for them because I know it probably wasn't easy.
No.
I'm sure both their families gave them a lot of trouble. I'm sure they weren't thrilled. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
And the world didn't feel as small back then. Also, now we have the internet and social media to where we're able to like see and talk to and meet people from different backgrounds. I can only imagine at that time someone from a Cuban background, maybe not knowing so much about Lebanese and vice versa, right? Like just the
Yeah.
family dynamic and
Yeah.
having to sort of
Yeah.
navigate that relationship is very interesting.
Yeah. And my dad's whole family, his like immediate family, they all live in Lebanon
Oh,
and they
wow.
still do. So I don't have any of my immediate family, like cousins or aunts or uncles or anything here. So, and there was a language barrier too. I mean, my dad spoke English, obviously, and my mom spoke English, but going back to Lebanon, like she didn't speak the language. And so it is like a really big story of just overcoming obstacles to be together and have 3 children,
Yeah.
you
It's a
know.
beautiful story.
It is like it's remarkable, I think, like in a lot of ways, just that they actually got married, these two 20-something-year-olds that met randomly.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it's really interesting to think about. I'm sure for you, as you've said, you've thought about this many times, just like having that willpower to just do what you believe is right and what matters to you. I mean, I'm sure that's something you can look back on and just be like, okay, well, I have the capabilities and the willpower to make these decisions.
Yeah, like making a decision with your heart, not only your head.
Exactly.
And I do think that maybe only because I know how my life changed when I lost my dad and how I'm just so much more intentional about every day. Maybe that could be why my dad decided,
Hmm.
because losing his dad, I think, was really heartbreaking for him. And
Yeah.
so I don't know.
And his dad was in
I-
Lebanon at the time. That's so hard. That's such a
Yeah.
struggle
His
for
yeah.
the immigrants here in this
His
country.
dad died of leukemia while he was in medical school. And so I don't know. I think that probably shifted him a lot too.
That's traumatic.
It's really traumatic. It really is. So there's a lot of heartbreak too there.
Hmm.
And I still think uh, I still can't believe my life also mimicked what happened to him.
Yeah.
It's like
But it kind of makes you feel like maybe that, I mean, it's so, you have to sort of find the silver lining, although there's no
you
silver lining
do.
to death, but it sort of, maybe that for his time, it seems like that helped him overcome whatever was in
Hmm.
his head. And it seems like it's really,
The hard things you overcome do make you who you are. That's
yeah,
what really defines you, not the easy, good, fun stuff.
yeah,
Like what
no,
defines you is the
100%.
hard moments.
Yeah,
What defines your relationships? What defines, your marriage? It's the hard times, not the easy
absolutely.
times.
That's so funny you say that. My grandmother always says this expression. I mean, she says it in Arabic, but she says that, there are some homes, like some houses, where they will never see a celebration or they will never have a party. There will never be a celebration. But every home at some point experiences a funeral. Every home at some point experiences death. That is like inevitable. So we all are going to experience the hardships, whether we like it or not. We might not always get the parties or the celebrations. That's really up to the choices we make in life, right? But inevitably, whether we want to or not, we will experience the hardships.
It's that human experience
Yeah.
and human connection, which we need so badly.
But it's given you so much resilience.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
one thing I learned about you, if we go back to VIP also, is I saw that you, not only are you a CEO of the entire company, but you also went back and became a licensed esthetician as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, explain why you did that and why it was so important to you.
I always wanted to be an esthetician. I think it makes so much sense with what I do day in and day out. A lot of our customers, our partners are estheticians. I have so much respect for them. I wanted to be able to speak to them as one of them and really relate to them. And, we said, always learn. You're never too good for anything. Like for me to take that step back and go back to school, I learned so much from the experience, not just from being an esthetician, just like from the experience of being with other girls, because they're young girls, like going to esthetician school in my class, and just seeing like this is them like starting their life, this is them starting their career.
Mm,
How, I don't know, that part was inspiring for me and just like humbling too. And I felt really lucky I could take that time out of work and go back, and I love learning. I love school. I really do love school. I've always, and now that I work, I'm always like, stay in school as long as you can, guys. Those are the good old days.
Yeah.
We don't realize it when we're in school,
No.
but like, those are the good days.
No, I loved school. I loved studying. It
Me
was
too.
like sometimes I'm like, should I go back and just like find something else to study?
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I think about it all the time. I love it too. So I wanted to first and foremost become more of an expert on skin and the anatomy and the treatment of it. And now that I'm licensed, I can also do the treatment myself
Mm,
on people for demos, let's say trainings, friends and family,
yeah.
ethically, like with a license. So that part's great too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, yeah, for me, it was like a no-brainer. I just didn't have time for a
Hmm.
while. So I had to find the right time when I could do it.
Yeah. No, that's really smart. And I just thought it was so cool because I mean, you didn't need to. You're still going to
No.
be CEO whether you do or not.
Yeah.
But like you said, now it's like you have this better understanding
Yeah.
of skin and of skincare. How do you feel like that's really helped you grow the brands?
I think it gives you a lot of respect too. And I think that can be really powerful. I think other estheticians too think, wow, she really is committed to this company. She's really committed to us. She's really committed to this brand and to the products. She took the time out to do the hard thing, do the things she didn't have to do, like you said. And I've heard them say like that was really special of you to do that. And that helps the brand. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I think when you do the work, like that's doing the work. Like when you
Yes.
put the work into educating yourself, that's going to reflect well in any facet of your life, you know?
Absolutely.
So it brings this other level of knowledge and respect, and yeah, that you can't really get any other way other than getting the education.
Yeah. What's something that you learned through that process, like in terms of skin, that you just were not aware of before?
Let's see. So I will say I've had acne since I was 14. So, and you said you had acne too.
Yeah, it was so bad.
So I don't know about you, but whenever anyone asks me when I got into skincare, I'm like, when I was 14. Because when you have acne, you will learn everything. You study everything. Like I've tried everything. I learned a lot just from my acne. Like it
Yeah,
makes you an expert in some ways
that's
because
true.
you try it all, you learn it all, you research it all. You know, you become like your own little
Mm-hmm.
scientist, like trying to figure out what is causing my acne. You track your diet. I've done that before. Lifestyle changes. Everyone tells you, oh, it's because you're eating too much chocolate
Or dairy.
or dairy, or you're not washing your face, you're dirty. Like, no, that is not why you have acne. Like, please don't let anyone tell you that you don't have acne because you're dirty. That's not true. So I will say I do know a lot about skin just because of my own struggle, first and foremost. So I'm trying to think of like something I really learned. I feel like I learned a lot. I learned a lot in that program, but I also had been doing this for a long time. So I'm trying to think something I learned that
Or I guess what is, because you personally struggle with acne, I struggled with acne. What's a common misconception aside from like that your face is dirty or you're not washing your face that people have about acne, whether it's misconceptions about acne treatments or the causes of acne? Because I just feel like it's this big mystery, to be honest.
and it is. It still is a big mystery, which is wild to me. I
Hmm.
don't understand. There's a lot of things though that are still a big mystery, but it seems like they would have the research by
Yeah.
now. So with acne, one thing I've learned is one size does not fit all.
Okay.
So even though even VIPL, I'm going to be honest, like it's not going to work for everyone. Just any treatment. If anyone tells you different,
Hmm.
they're not being honest. There's no such thing as one thing that works for everyone. Everyone's acne, like you mentioned, they don't have the research yet. It's still a mystery. They have different triggers. They have different things that cause acne. every human that has acne, there's something different that's causing it.
Right.
A lot of it's hormonal.
Okay.
In women, a lot of acne is hormonal. And especially if you're getting it right here. I know when I was pregnant with my son, my acne came back with a vengeance.
Mm.
I had it under control and it came back so painful and so like inflamed and infected. Like they almost felt like tumors, to be honest. Like they were so cystic. And that time someone did say, you should try and stop eating dairy. And I love cheese.
Yeah.
So that was not what I wanted to hear. But I will share, I stopped eating dairy and it helped.
Oh, it did help. Okay.
When I was pregnant,
Okay.
it did help. So I don't know if it's and I was pregnant with a boy. I don't know if it was like my body had too much testosterone hormone somehow.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
I think it could have had something to do with it because I didn't have that acne experience with my daughter. With my daughter, I got melasma. So that was fun. Like I had huge patches of darkness, like all here and my mustache, like, which I had never had melasma before.
The things mothers go through, it's just every department just sort of begins
Men
to shut
could
down.
never.
No, they could literally never.
Never. So I will say I did stop eating dairy when I was pregnant and it made a huge difference. And then I just ended up not eating dairy while I was breastfeeding because they said it could cause gas in the baby anyway. So I was like, well, I'll just stick to it. But now I do drink dairy, and I mean, I don't drink milk, but I do have cheese and I don't have a big issue with it. I think for me, one of my triggers is definitely stress. Unfortunately, there's no way to like completely cut out stress.
Right.
So I know whenever I travel, I always get a breakout. It's like guaranteed.
I traveled a lot this past month and I feel like my face is just on another level. Yeah.
So travel for me is a big trigger. I think it's the diet change. Like I'm not eating like what I normally eat. I'm probably eating more.
Right.
I don't really limit myself when I'm traveling.
Same.
Yeah. And so that, I don't know, maybe there's something on the airplane we don't know about. I have no idea. But when I travel, it's pretty much guaranteed I'm going to get a breakout on my chin.
Okay.
So I think it's stress and diet for
Yeah.
me. Not getting enough sleep, maybe. Sleep is so important to me.
It's so important. Do you get enough sleep? Do you feel like
Oh, I go to bed really early.
really? Well,
I
you
go
wake
to
up so
bed
early
by 9.
every night.
Okay, last night I went to bed at 10.
Okay. That's still really good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people stay up watching TV.
It's bad.
No hate, and I get it because that's your time to do your thing. But I hit the bed and I want to go. I'm tired. I can't stay awake to watch anything. But I think it's because I wake up at 5.
Yeah.
So my body's tired.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. Your body already has like this consistent routine.
Basically,
Yeah.
I think so.
Speaking of routine, what do you think are the like basic necessities for any solid skincare routine?
For any solid skincare routine, of course, cleanser and sunscreen. You don't need any kind of fancy cleanser. That's my opinion. I don't think cleanser should wash your face. It should remove dirt and oil. It should remove makeup. But I don't like to overdo the actives.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, I thought the more acid, the more acne ingredients, the better.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the best route to go. Less is more. That's what I've learned. I've learned like a balance for my acne is better. So cleanser, I just like to use a very gentle, nice cleanser. I don't like to over strip my skin or anything like that. And I do wash my face once a day.
Do you not wash it in the mornings?
I don't.
Okay.
And my skin
Your skin is amazing.
It's never been better. So again, what works for me might not work for you.
Right.
But I do think not stripping your skin, it's like a never ending cycle, right? If you're like drying your skin out, it overproduces oil.
Okay.
And then that's why I think sometimes you get breakouts. So I do think sometimes if we overstrip our skin, we're going to cause more acne. That's just my theory anyway. And when I was a teenager, I was using like benzoyl peroxide, like with no tomorrow.
Yeah.
That stuff is strong. I mean,
It's
it
so
bleaches your
strong.
pillows. So I always wondered, I'm like, if it's bleaching my sheets, ooh,
Yeah.
it's like bleach on my face. I don't know. Anyway,
No, that's a good point.
time and a place.
It kind of smells like bleach too.
Yeah,
Like a little
time and a
bit.
place. Like I think if you have a breakout coming out, you should spot treat. But I don't think you need to be using that all over your face multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Because I even used the foundation that had salicylic acid in it.
Oh.
Do you remember that Neutrogena one? That's
yes.
from Walgreens or whatever, from
Yeah,
CVS.
yeah.
That's the foundation I used to use as a teenager. I think that was way too many things on my face. Like I just was overdoing the actives. So a sunscreen, we talked about sunscreen earlier, and the sun is the number one reason we age. And that's the number one source of aging. It degrades our DNA, our skin cells. Like it causes skin cancer.
Yeah.
So you got to wear sunscreen. Only like sun in moderation, like we talked about, like very little. It is good for you, but you can't. If you're getting sunburn, that means you're damaging your DNA. Like you cannot be getting sunburns. So sunscreen is really important. And then if I had to pick like one other thing, I would pick a vitamin A. Vitamin A is one of the most studied ingredients in skincare. It literally regenerates damaged skin cells. It's very studied and researched. So vitamin A could be a retinol. It could be, there's a lot of forms of it.
Yeah.
It could be a Retin-A. It could be a prescribed vitamin A. Whatever form you're using, I know sometimes people complain it dries them out. Don't use it every night. You don't have to use anything every night. I don't know why everyone thinks you have to use it every night. You don't. You could use it 2 to 3 times a week if it's drying you out. You could layer a moisturizer and then layer the retinol on top if you want.
Okay.
That'll help buffer it. But I think if you're going to be using any ingredient, I would say vitamin A, I would say retinol. I do really believe in it. If you see women that have been using Retin-A for decades, their skin is unmatched. Like they're just like so firm and clear and no lines.
So those products, do they typically just like regenerate the skin in some way to where it's constantly?
It helps with cellular turnover.
Okay.
But it's like on a microscopic level, so we don't necessarily see it.
Yeah.
But that's what it's doing. So that's why your skin always looks so beautiful and fresh and bouncy, because it's constantly regenerating skin cells.
And do you have to use a moisturizer with that?
If you have dry skin, you should.
Okay.
That's the biggest complaint I hear about vitamin A. People say, "Oh, but it dries me out," and then I start peeling a little. I look like kind of dry, and it doesn't go away. I'm like, well, first of all, you don't have to use it every night.
Okay.
And second of all, you can stack it with a moisturizer so it buffers it. But if you use it twice a week, you shouldn't get extra dry.
Okay.
Because dryness kind of looks like aging too. So you don't want to be dry. I have very oily skin, so I don't necessarily have that problem.
Do you have like a makeup brand? Do you use makeup, or do you have a brand that you like that suits your skin? Sometimes I just hate putting makeup on my face.
Old school. So on a daily basis, sometimes I don't wear makeup. But if I have an event, I like the It Cosmetics CC cream.
Okay, that's a good one.
And I like the Armani whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. The Silk.
Okay.
It's an old foundation. It's not anything new. I like it.
I hear so many great things about it.
It's light. It's tried and true. But foundation's another thing that's not one size fits all. Because one person could look like it ages them.
That's the problem sometimes. Yeah. Like you can just see the foundation on the skin. Like,
so you might need something a little more moisturizing if it looks kind of.
Yeah, that's a good
It doesn't
point.
look like skin.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't like to see the makeup on the skin.
The It Cosmetics one I like a lot. And it's light. You can use like your fingertips to apply it. It's like moisturizer almost.
It feels like right now with like, especially here in LA, like the cosmetics industry in terms of like what's offered at med spas and at doctors' offices, it's very oversaturated. Like it feels like there's just so much. I mean, you can never go wrong, I feel like, with a good peel. You can never go wrong with microneedling. But like when it comes to like all these different types of like lasers and treatments, it feels very overwhelming. Are there any that you feel complement the VI peel?
The VI peel works well with all of it.
Okay.
I think we go very well hand in hand with other treatments. And I do believe, depending on what you're trying to treat, you do need different modalities. I think like acne scars we talked about,
Yeah.
you need different modalities. You need microneedling, you need chemical peels, you need good skincare, and you might need a safe laser treatment depending on your skin tone. But like that's a perfect example of like multiple modalities is going to get you better results. But it is really overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's why I think you just need to have a practitioner that you really trust and that doesn't oversell you, says no to you.
Yeah, that's really important.
Says no to you. The good ones say no to you. They won't do things that you don't need.
Yeah.
So if you have one that says no to you, that's good.
Yeah, that means they're results driven.
Yeah. They don't want to oversell you.
And do you feel like someone should be going every month to get a treatment done? Like how often, like how much should we be relying on the at-home skincare versus like a you know, in a practitioner's office sort of treatment?
I think once a month is aggressive.
Okay. I just know a couple of people that go every month.
What are they doing? Facials?
They'll do like a facial 1 month, the next month maybe is like microneedling. Like, is that more acceptable?
I've done microneedling like 3 times in my life. I don't think you need to do things every month or every year even, to be honest. I think good skincare at home is really important. A chemical peel like once a year, twice a year. Again, depends, like if you have melasma or something else, maybe you're a different case, but once or twice a year is great.
Okay.
For a chemical peel. Maybe if you're doing microneedling, because if you have perfect skin, you do not need to do microneedling every year, but you could do it once a year too. Something like that. Maybe like every quarter you're doing maybe a treatment.
And for facials, do you recommend like a monthly facial or?
Sure, but even I don't have time for that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I don't have time.
It's a lot of admin.
I don't have time to go every month to get a facial. But I have acne. So I do get clogged pores. I do get acne. So, and one thing I've learned is do not pick your acne. Even though I went to esthetician school,
You don't pick your own?
Only if it's like really easy and ready to come out.
Okay.
But not if it's that was part of my problem with my acne too. I was a picker. And that's just, it's a never-ending circle. Get the acne. Psychologically, I would spend hours in the bathroom picking at my face. That's not good.
Yeah, no, it's really bad.
That's not good. That causes more harm.
Yeah.
So I would write on my mirrors in lipstick, do not pick your face. I got rid of all the mirrors that were like close-up mirrors because no one sees you that way.
Yeah, that's a really good point. No one really sees you that way.
If you can't stop yourself, because sometimes we just can't, like I think sometimes it's just hard to be disciplined about something. I couldn't stop myself. So I got rid of those mirrors and I wrote on all my mirrors and I was like, do not pick at your face. Not picking at my face made a huge difference too. It does, because you're spreading bacteria. You're not doing it right. And so when I had more breakouts, like let's say when I was pregnant, I was getting facials more often.
We're wrapping up. But anyways, I'm gonna go book my VI peel right after this because I'm so interested.
I would love to have you come to our office and come get a peel.
Oh, I would love to come.
Great.
Oh my
So
God,
you're
I'd love to.
coming.
I'm definitely coming. Are you kidding me?
Great.
But where can other people find where to book a VI peel?
On our website, there's a locator, and you can put in your zip code and it'll tell you the closest location to you. We have over 7,000 locations in the United States that carry the VI peel.
Amazing.
So it's just like a huge thank you to all our partners. Thank you, because we're nothing without them.
That's amazing. 7,000 all over. That's amazing. Congratulations on all of your success. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to another episode of Well Rooted. If you enjoyed today's episode and felt it brought you value, please subscribe, leave a comment, give us a like, and a review. This episode of Well Rooted has been brought to you by Girard & Associates CPAs. With locations across all of Los Angeles, Girard & Associates has been helping entrepreneurs and creatives make their dreams come true for over 2 decades. Go to girardcpa.com to learn more. This is Haneen, and we are all well rooted.
We're PGIM, a global asset manager who believes the market rewards those who challenge it. We're not yes people. We're thought partners who push ideas further to turn scrutiny into advantage. Trusted with $1.5 trillion in client assets, we reimagine what's possible to help you achieve your goals. That's why we keep pushing, asking questions that lead to deeper insights and uncover opportunities others overlook. PGIM. Keep asking.